It took 13 years to accumulate $80,000 and 1 year to lose half of that, and then try to get that back in another 13 years and only be at the $80,000 that you were 13 years ago.
The math doesn't work.
The math
Hi,
doesn't
beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting your girl on this channel. So all credit goes to the creators in this video. So guys, in today's video, we're talking about something big, something personal, and we're talking about your retirement and your 401ks, right? So I went on the internet and I discovered that people are beginning to be afraid because they say their account is shrinking, and it's because of the tariffs, right? So for decades, Americans have always been told that, okay, invest in a 401k. Okay, the narrative is that you work hard and you retire comfortably. Okay, but now that promise is looking shakier by the day. The 401k accounts are not growing like they used to, right? And it's not about inflation or bad luck. Okay, a lot of folks, including farmers, small business owners, everyday workers, are just pointing to these Trump tariffs, right? Because tariffs basically taxes on imports. Okay, and the thing is that when they hit these companies, they raise prices to protect their profits, and this means that there is higher cost of materials, goods and services, because these companies face higher expense. Okay, and they often cut this cost from somewhere else: reduced hours, slower wage growth, even lower contributions to retirement accounts. And on top of that, tariffs can trigger market uncertainty. And when this tariff triggers market uncertainty, it hits stocks. And when it hits the stock, that is what your 401k is built on. So just imagine a situation whereby the market dips, so does this retirement also. Guys, let's see what these people have to say.
Think your 401k is a golden ticket to retirement? Well, think again. Your 401k is invested and not insured, meaning if the market crashes, so does your retirement fund. Many people tend to think they're guaranteed a specific percentage of growth, but you are not. When you finally retire and withdraw the money, the IRS taxes you 20%. And if you ever have any emergencies or an accident, or you want to buy a house and you want to withdraw money from your 401k, you will be given a 10% penalty. So the money isn't very flexible and it's only able to be used for retirement. Administrative, management, and fund fees are quietly draining your growth as well, and can be up to 1 to 2% annually. If you have $200K in your retirement account, which most Americans have less than, that will be $40K in fees over time. Your employer wants you to think you got the best deal and it's all set and forget about it, but don't fall for it. Do your homework and invest in other retirement plans as well. Nobody should only have a 401k. You will get cooked, I promise you. A Roth IRA can be a really good option, and you can always look into retirement options that are risk-free. Financial freedom starts with knowing the game, and we do not want to be that 65-year-old who can't retire and is still working because they didn't figure their retirement.
Normal people that have no savings and have no retirement lost $0 yesterday.
So I've got bad news. You actually don't need to be invested in the stock market to lose out on a ton of money when stocks do bad. Because if you have a job with a 401k, which 70 million people do, this is what happened to your retirement account. And here's what you should do. Nothing. Because even though it may look scary, if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see that the market has recovered every single time. And I know it sounds crazy, but in fact, this is usually the best time to invest. Because the whole stock market, it's basically on sale. If you've never invested before, I wrote an ebook that breaks everything down. With pictures, examples, direct links, you can find
saying that the tariffs are up And the 401ks are going down. And I know some people are contemplating dumping their entire portfolios now in order to prevent the possibility of them losing more of their retirement funds or 401ks later on in this year, or as this year goes, or moving on into the future indefinitely, right? Because we don't really have any answers to this right now. And to that I say, I personally wouldn't if I were you. I know a lot of people actually gain more money when there's plummeting in stocks and etc. It's all about like making the right choices and making the right choices at a certain time that works for you, that hits when the stocks are rising for some reason. But then there's so many groups of people, like basically millennials and Gen Z people that have been working jobs that aren't corporate, that aren't giving out 401ks, that this doesn't affect at all, right? Because some of these people have just accepted, lots of people have just accepted that we're just going to be working forever. So to the people that are worried about their 401ks, I would say, okay, now think about the people that don't even have that as an option.
The truth is just that many Americans are now seeing that their 401k balances are starting to shrink. So I started this video with that man and his wife complaining that they've saved a lot of money over 13 years and just to wake up one day and discover that half of it is gone. So despite working and still contributing, okay, some people are now saying that, okay, since, analysts say if you're not retiring in, okay, 2 3 years, you are safe because it will still come up. So some people are delaying their retirement, saying that they are just going to go back to keep working just to survive. And some people are asking this question, that how exactly did politics mess up with my future, guys?
My heart goes out to the folks that were anticipating on retiring this month. Because if you go and you look at your 401k and you see the values that have plummeted based off of this imbecile putting tariffs on everybody, my heart goes out to you. I don't think that this will be something that will be solved soon, but hopefully your retirement accounts do what you need for them to do. I'm sorry.
Wildly crushed your 401ks over the past week. So here we have John. And John has been putting money in his 401k, but what he noticed is over the past week, his portfolio has gone down dramatically. And he's thinking, man, I invest in the S&P 500, which are the top American companies. I thought this was being safe. Why am I losing money? And that's when the government comes to him and says, hey, John, well, the reason that is happening is because these companies are based off something called a valuation. So when they're making money, the value is high. But when they're losing money, the value is low. And what we did is we slapped a tariff on imports. And most of these companies, they rely on other countries and imports to be profitable. So something that may have cost them $100 a couple of weeks ago, and now it's costing them $200. But they haven't changed what the customer pays, which means these companies, they're making less money. And that's actually lowering the value, which is hitting your retirement account. And that's why your 401k looks bad. Now, if you're somebody who's looking to retire over the next 2 or 3 years, you're definitely going to feel it. But John, you plan on retiring in 10, 20 years, so you'll be okay because the market goes down. But it does.
Retiring in the next 1 to 4 years, you do not need to worry about what's happening with your 401k. Your 401k will come back. Trust me. Look at the 2008 financial crisis and where we are today. The only thing that I would consider is adjusting your portfolio that aligns with your risk tolerance. So if it's 90% stocks and 10% bonds, maybe adjust it to 70% stocks and 10% bonds, or 30% bonds. You can call the company that manages your 401k to help you all with that. But te juro, please do not take out your money out of your 401k. You will pay a penalty plus taxes at your current tax bracket. If you are on the path to retirement and you are going to retire in the next 4 years, that is a whole different conversation, which means you better adjust your portfolio right now to be at a low tolerance, meaning 80% bonds, maybe 20% stocks, so you don't take on all.
Have y'all looked at y'all retirement accounts? If you haven't, don't.
Well, let's just say that this is not just about tariffs, right? because I feel that it's just about how economic policy decisions, even the one that has been made years and years and years ago, can just ripple into our lives and just eat us when we feel it the most. Eat into the families, eat into our future, and eat into our wallets. So, whenever somebody tells you that, oh, tariffs don't affect you, tariffs don't affect me, just tell them to check their 401k. Because I actually watched a video where, a reporter was carrying out an interview on the streets and just asking people, have you checked your 401ks? And people are like, I can't even check. I don't have the heart to check. I mean, I'm not retiring in 2 3 years, right? So I don't even want to check it because I'll probably just have a high blood pressure. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys, about this new development. Let me know what you think. And if you have found value in this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for supporting me as always on this channel. I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Ciao.